You know, we like to think of our world as this fully mapped, totally explored place. But the truth is, the biggest part of our own planet is still a complete mystery. We're talking about the deep ocean. Yeah, Earth's last real frontier.
So let's just start with a number, a big one, that puts this all into perspective. 95%. That is the chunk of our ocean that is still completely unexplored, totally unseen by human eyes. It's just a staggering figure when you think about it. It really shows how little we actually know.
And look, this isn't just about empty space or geography. It's about life itself. We've only managed to identify and study this tiny little fraction of the life that calls the ocean home. What does that mean? It means there are potentially millions of species out there just completely unknown to science. Wild.
So, the big question is why, right? In an age with all this incredible technology, why does so much of our own planet remain a total mystery? Well, to get that, you have to come with me on a little journey. Straight down.
First off, just try to wrap your head around the sheer scale we're talking about. The ocean covers more than 2/3 of the Earth's surface, and it's not just wide, it is incredibly deep. I mean, the average depth is more than 2 miles straight down.
Going down into the ocean is really like visiting different planets. You start off in the sunlit zone, which is familiar, full of life we all recognize. But then you hit the twilight zone, where the light starts to fade and these strange, glowing creatures begin to appear. And then, finally, you reach the midnight zone, a world of total, absolute darkness, freezing cold, and just immense pressure.
And that pressure is one of the biggest challenges for sure. Down at the ocean's deepest point, the Mariana Trench, the pressure is like having 50 jumbo jets stacked right on top of you. So exploring this place isn't just hard, it is one of the greatest engineering puzzles we've ever tried to solve.
But okay, here is where it gets absolutely fascinating. Because despite these conditions that seem totally impossible for life, life doesn't just survive down there. Oh no, it thrives. And it does so in the most unexpected ways you can imagine.
Deep down on the ocean floor, you've got these things called hydrothermal vents. They're basically spewing out superheated, mineral-rich water from inside the Earth. And around these vents, entire ecosystems have popped up that just completely rewrite the rules of biology. Why? Because they don't use the sun for energy at all. And it's all thanks to this amazing process, chemosynthesis. So instead of photosynthesis, which uses sunlight, these incredible organisms use the chemical energy pouring out of the vents to create their food. This discovery just fundamentally changed our whole understanding of where life can exist and how it can work.
And this is where your mind just kind of explodes, right? The implications go so far beyond our own planet. If life can flourish in an environment this extreme, using only chemicals for energy, well, it opens up this incredible, tantalizing possibility that life could exist in similar conditions on other planets or moons right here in our own solar system.
But there's a pretty serious twist to this whole story of discovery. Even as we're just beginning to wrap our heads around this hidden world, our actions up here on the surface are already putting it in serious danger.
The stakes could not be higher. Look at this. We've officially described maybe 250,000 marine species, but scientists estimate there could be as many as 10 million out there. That huge gap you see, that represents everything we stand to lose before we even get a chance to say hello.
And the threats, well, they're probably going to sound familiar. Overfishing is messing up deep-sea food chains we don't even understand. Climate change is causing coral bleaching and changing the ocean's chemistry. And yep, plastic pollution, it's been found in the deepest trenches on Earth. Our footprint is reaching places we have never even seen.
So what does that really mean? It means we are flying completely blind. By damaging these huge unexplored ecosystems, we are very likely causing the extinction of species and wrecking habitats that we haven't even discovered yet. It's a totally invisible crisis, but with potentially devastating consequences.
Okay, but it's not all doom and gloom. Not at all. The story of ocean exploration is actually entering this new, revolutionary chapter. We are finally developing the tools to pull back the curtain on this hidden world. Seriously, we're in a brand new age of exploration, and it's all powered by some incredible tech. We've got autonomous underwater vehicles, AUVs, that can explore for months on their own. Advanced sonar is mapping the seafloor in mind-blowing detail, and new camera systems are capturing images of creatures that no human has ever seen before.
And maybe the most game-changing tech of all is something called environmental DNA, or eDNA. This is so cool. Scientists can now just take a water sample, and they can analyze the tiny traces of genetic material that organisms leave behind. This lets them see what species are in the area without ever having to physically see or catch them. It's completely revolutionizing how we track life in the ocean.
So, in the end, that undiscovered 95%, it's not just empty space. It's like a living library, holding secrets to evolution, adaptation, maybe even the origins of life itself. It's a powerful, powerful reminder that our planet still has some profound mysteries left. And the real question is, what are we going to find next?